so despondent. And black people did this to me.
Who?
This full audio can be found on Trendsetter TV 84's channel. Y'all listen to this.
And Mr. E had to come, and take me out of the garage. You guys are so evil. I hope you get everything you have coming to you from what you did to me, Mr. E and my family. What you did to me, you guys don't even care that you almost drove a person to kill themselves. Would you have been happy? I bet you would have, with the very people I'm trying to help. And the women are so disloyal. Everything. A big part of the dissolution of my marriage was because of you guys. Because of you and your relentlessness, harassment, bullying. You guys hate black women. Even black women hate black women. You guys are just you guys are animals. I know you're listening. Your mother should have swallowed you. I know you're listening. Your mother should have swallowed you. You're a piece of shit. Even care about that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is Real Talk Therapy. Now, for y'all who didn't see my video, I'm going to do this video over again, but I got some stuff to add and some stuff I'm going to take away from it. But I did post a video about 2 days ago, and then my channel got striked. My first strike I ever had. It's the first strike I ever had. You know, because I try to abide by the rules of commentary, rules of fair use, and rules of reaction videos. And I did this little video about the pink pill situation, and I took like a 2-minute clip of what Mr. E was saying, proving that he said what he said, and then I talked about it in my video. 90% of me in the video was talking about it. 10% of it was the audio that was played, which was only 2 minutes of an hour-long video that was uploaded by other people. Now, this is from Clubhouse. So people go in there, they record things, and it gets leaked. They don't have permission to do it. And so other people have fair use to talk about it. And that's what I thought I could do. You know, no malicious intent. Jessica X saw me in the comment section on another video, and I said I just got done talking about this in my video. I never claimed to own a audio. I never claimed any of that. All I did was said I was talking about this same thing about how she is lying for him and defending him on something that he did say he said, and that's all I said. And so shortly after that, I guess she came to my channel, looked at the video, and heard the audio in the beginning that I put on there. And then she went live shortly after that. And so I just said, make sure to shout me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just shout me out on your channel to let people know where my channel is. But not saying, hey, I own this audio. You know, I'm just saying, shout me out. So I guess the guy caught wind of it. I'm not going to say no names because I'm not even going to put a lot of energy into this. I'm going to make this real short as I can. But I'm just going to call him the OJ the Juice Network. OJ the Juice was with the shiznits. You know what I'm saying? Like, he came, I already had the link in my description to where you can find the full video, but I didn't like physically shout him out by mouth. I haven't made a video in like 2 months. And so when I came back on the scene, I ain't really think about it. I was just like, okay, description, okay, you find the full video here. I talked about what was happening and bang, just uploaded it. So he came up under my comment section talking about, you know, you stole my audio, you stole my content and all this and that. So I thought that he might have been, you know, the person that the room, he was over the room that was in the clubhouse or something, because I thought he owned the audio and it was his room in the clubhouse. So I was like, you know, I do apologize. I said I could edit it out. I said, let me read. I said, hey, I just read your message. I wanted to say sorry. I do apologize. I never claimed that I was the owner of that clip. I honestly thought people could make commentary on other videos on YouTube. Honestly, I just recorded the part where he admitted it and did commentary on it. I will credit you, and you can strike, or I will just edit it out. I never monetized it. I didn't think it would even pick up traction. I just related the message under the comment Jessica was under, and he did say it and admitted it. And I made a video talking about it. I never said I owned the audio though. I was just telling her to shout me out for letting them know that he said that. So that's what I said. You know, I apologize. I said I edited out, whatever. He never responded to it. He just went ahead and striked me. I even wrote him under his page under the audio, because I didn't know who was responsible for the audio. That's usually how I do my videos. I just talk about something and I'll put the link in the descriptions. And sometimes I'll be like, hey, shout out to such and such, follow their page or whatever. But yeah, he struck me, and then come to find out he's striking a lot of people on YouTube for content that's not even his. So come to find out, he's secretly recording things in courthouse in the clubhouse and didn't even ask permission to do so. So there's another channel where a girl had the audio also, but she uploaded the full audio. Shout out to Virtuous Woman TV. Y'all go ahead and follow her channel, because I don't have a problem helping other people, shouting out other people. I don't have that type of animosity in my heart. If so, hey, you make it big, you make it big. You make it up, you get the subscribers, you get them. I mean, everybody time gonna come when they gonna get what they need to get, but I'm not stepping on nobody's toes. So shout out to Virtuous Woman TV. Subscribe to her channel. But she had the audio on her channel as well, and so have other people. So he gets under the comment section and he says, hold on. He says, hello, you took the content from my page and ripped the audio without crediting the source of my page whatsoever. I don't mind a clip. He said, I don't mind a clip, but that's all I had. I just had a clip. He just said, I don't mind a clip, but you took the entire video from my page I was presenting during the clubhouse. So she said, hello, do you want me to at you? That's not a problem. Then he said, please remove my video. Thank you. So she said, you just said you don't mind, but you want the credit. I offered the credit and then you throw a tantrum. Now, I already gave the credit in the description. I didn't even use the whole video, but you still took it down. So it says you steal my video and you didn't provide credit and you're accusing me of throwing a tantrum because I asked you to remove it. I could easily get this video flagged down for theft. How is it going to be flagged down for theft if you stole it from the clubhouse and recorded a meeting without permission and uploaded it yourself? And it's not your audio. You're not in the audio and you was not the owner or speaker of the room. Then somebody else commented and said, you just asked her to credit you and she said she would. So then he says, you steal my video, didn't provide credit, and you're accusing me of a tantrum because I asked you to remove it. I could easily get this flag down for theft and you're acting ignorant. So yes, I like my video removed or can have your channel struck. Someone else stole my video also and I flagged it and they now have a strike. I can give you one also, but I'm requesting you to remove it so I don't have to strike the video. So you strike my video and taking pride in doing it and then accusing other people, and then you're going at other people, telling them you're going to strike their video, but you're giving them a chance. The only reason I didn't get a chance is because Jessica X said something about my channel, and she's a big YouTuber, and I guess those are the only people that are able to use the content. And see, that's what's wrong with us small YouTubers now. Like, we think because we're on the same level that we don't deserve to do anything on the basis of the same lines of any other YouTuber. But then he didn't never flag her video down. He just flagging all the small YouTubers videos down that sharing the audio, which again is not even his audio. So then somebody said, make your mind up, you're all over the place. Then she said, I'm on my way home, I'll take it down in a bit. It's a long ride home. Then he said, if you can respond back to me, that means you have the option to remove the video from your phone. So please do it from your phone, whatsoever device you're using to correspond. I don't want to issue a strike. I didn't take any of your content from your page, so I'm not inconveniencing you, however you're doing in reverse. Now, he said he didn't take no content, but he took content from the Clubhouse. You're taking everything on your page is content taken from somebody. You ain't talking in none of these videos. You did not present any type of meetings, any type of lives, or anything with your voice on there. Everything on your page is taken from somebody else or some type of celebrity or anybody that ain't got nothing to do with you. And that I'm just making a note to all you YouTubers out there. There's people out there false flagging people's channels, getting them strikes and trying to take their channel down. Like I said, I never had a strike before, but I counterclaimed it. And I go on there today and all those Clubhouse videos that was up, they gone now. They are gone. So no, the pink pill did not strike my channel. I'm not sure if she striked his channel because all of the Clubhouse videos that he had on there are gone now. But I was able to download all those videos before any other video got struck. And so now I'm going to do the real shout outs to the people that also recorded in Clubhouse, because not only one person can get in Clubhouse, I'm even in Clubhouse. I just don't know how to get to the meetings of where people are talking about this stuff at, because I'm not really good at I don't usually know when this stuff take place or when this stuff go down. But I'm in Clubhouse too. I don't hardly use it. But shout out to Trendsetter. Shout out to Trendsetter. He has an audio clip. Go follow his page. I have the links down in the description. Everything that I'm talking about in this video, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I have the link in the description if you want to see the whole video. I have the link in the description. I do not want to get flagged. I do not want to get struck. I don't want no problems. I just want to do my videos and that's it. And be left the heck alone. But I do understand that when you're on social media and you don't have a platform and you're doing what you're doing, it ain't that easy. I understand that. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. So let's get into this pink pill situation. Okay, so going back to this video, I'm just going to play this clip one more time. This little short clip of her blaming the Black community for her problems, for her suicide attempt, and for everything. I mean, everything that went down. Mind you, you have a big Black following base that supports you, but you turn around and blame the whole Black community as if we're not the reason why you're at where you're at right now. And see, a lot of people already seen these things and called these things out. And I even seen it, but I didn't want to say anything about it because people are too naive and blind to look at the truth and hear the truth when they like what they like and they've been compelled to believe something or they think that somebody's going to save them.
I have been so abused by this community. I was so distraught. I went into my car and started the engine with all the doors closed. Oh, honey. I wrote my kids a goodbye letter. This is too much. I can't. cannot do this anymore. How could you do this to another human being who's never done anything to you? And the women I tried to help just threw me under the bus. I am so crushed. I am so despondent. And black people did this to me.
Who?
You know, first of all, how do you blame the Black community for your marriage failing? Your marriage to a white man that you claim was a better option because you wanted to lure people into the realm of divesting into the white community because the Black community was a problem when it comes to Black men. So how do you blame us for a marriage failed by the man that you were with who is non-Black? That's not our responsibility anymore. But see, I don't see how people don't see that this is the same situation. But see, some people know how to play it better than others. Now I want to add this. I want to add that you put yourself on a platform and went against controversial issues, relational issues, you know, speaking about Black women and Black men, and responses come with that. Responses come with those issues. Nobody's going to let you sit there and talk about them and converse in a way to where you're explaining things about their come up and their truth, and they can't respond to their truth. So if you put yourself on a platform, you have to be ready for stuff like that, because people are going to defend themselves. People are going to ask questions. People are going to want to know. And if it's detrimental to your mental health, then you should let it go, because you said in the clip, you have no reason to be here. You have no reason to be here, but you have children. So if YouTube is the only thing that's keeping you here and your only motivation, then that's a problem. So what? People don't agree with you, keep pushing, keep doing you. It's one thing to hate your experience with Black men, to act out on it. Just listen to this really quick. Listen to this clip of how she thinks that the white community is going to save her.
Low expectations than anything that we suffered under prior to the civil rights movement. I think that
do you see and
there
see
are,
and this
there
is
are
this is
positives.
where this is
I'm
where we
very
separate.
I'm very happy. Okay, but here's the thing.
There's
I'm very
there's a
happy.
little bit of a
Listen to me. I'm
delay.
married to a white man.
Mhm.
I'm happy. I'm married to a white guy. I'm happy that I can live where I want to live. But what I'm saying is that prior to
Now, like I said before, it's one thing to hate your experiences with Black men in relationships, but it's another to say you feel safer around other white people and refer to us as if we are a threat to your life. Now, before I get into it, I want to ask a real question. How does the status of dating a white man make us as Black women more empowered or make us better as Black women? Now, I don't have a problem against interracial dating. Don't think that. The problem is when it's done for the wrong reasons. That's the problem I have. When people date interracially because they're mad at the Black community. So it's like they're trying to punish you and say, okay, let me talk about how great these people are because we're not so great. That's when it's a problem. If you're interracial dating because you like that person, you love that person, is for a genuine reason, then that's what it needs to be for, just like any other reason why you get with somebody. Because truth be told, you're using them. You're using them to prove a point. Now, she has a way of, I'm going to play this clip too. Where she's talking about, because I said this in my last video, she's talking about Anna B and how she helped her and she turned on her. She has a way of uplifting white women and men from the bottom up and then get used by them and blames us for it when she gets used by them. If you notice, she wanted Anna B to introduce her to her white audience. She wanted Anna B to introduce her white audience to the pink pill because she initially wanted a white audience. And she thought that her investment in helping Anna B was going to help her out to gain more white people on her platform, but that didn't work. Because what white people do is they're not with the back and forth. They're not going to go back and forth with you, and they're not going to compromise what they have going on just to try to help you. They'll take from you and whatever they can to get where they need to go, but they're not going to compromise what they have built and mess it all up to help you out. They're not going to do that. And see, we have a lot to learn. We think we got all the answers on YouTube and all these videos where we come up with all these dumb solutions, and we still end up at the bottom. End up in trouble, end up in jail, end up, paying fines and end up getting struck. Like, we end up in so much mess behind what we try to build up, but we do it in a way that's so not professional to where we end up messed up in the end or end up in some mess or drama. That's why she put so much into building Anna B up. But see, Anna didn't see her as valuable to help build. I never seen her take a small YouTuber, a small Black woman YouTuber or blogger that was a Black woman, and help them come up. I'm going to play this little clip right here from Layla Lynn. Shout out to her. Like I said, links are in the description. I don't know if I'm saying these people's name right, but I'm trying to do this video the best I can. But listen to this.
How long it was that you were in close contact and giving her information?
For about a year and a half. So people have this mistaken belief that I just met her, and 5 minutes after I met her, I was just giving her the whole, keys to the kingdom. That wasn't the case. It was over time and over conversations. And at the time, I have to go back to, I was in a really good place, and good things happened to me. I want good things to happen to other people, and I wanted to share. And there's also this mistaken idea that, oh, so you gave all of this information to this white woman, but you don't give free information to Black women. And it just boggles my mind when people say that, because I've been on YouTube for 10 years, and prior to my courses, everything was 100% free.
Yeah,
and
you just click on the video. Yeah.
And I've helped, and here's the thing, I've helped a lot of Black female content creators and given them access to the back end. I just don't talk about it. You wouldn't have known about this situation had the other thing happened. It's not something that I broadcast.
I gave free courses. You know why? Because she wanted to be that one. She wanted to be that one, just like any other Black person. They always want to be that one. They want to be like that Oprah. That one, the only Black one amongst her white peers to have control and be respected and be superior. As you notice, she said she wanted to be respectful to her approach on how she views how she did her.
I think that there may be a cultural element to how I was treated. I want to be very careful about how I broach this, because I want to be respectful. But I think that certain cultures can have mentalities where it's about getting what they want from other people.
Let me play that back. She said she wanted to be respectful when it came to Anna B. But see, when it comes to any other Black woman, all Nyla, Cynthia G, Chrissy, all these other women, Tanya TKO, you know, I'm not taking up for nobody. It's just a conversation. But when it comes to being respectful, she doesn't think that the Black community as a whole deserves respect and that we are the problem. Even if her white counterparts show her that they don't really care, we're still the problem. And so that's an internal thing. And I said that in the past. That is more to it than just Black men. And that was when she did that live. When she did that live saying she was going to quit YouTube, a lot of things stuck out to me of what she was saying. And I was like, she must have grew up having an issue with Black people. Like, you know how you have those people that they might talk proper, or they might grew up in a household to where they had nice things, or they might grew up around white people, and then you have other Black people that didn't have all that, and they make fun of you, or they pick on you, or they don't respect you, or they copy you and say that you're trying to be white, or you're trying to be this or that, you know. So it's kind of like the Uncle Toms of the Black people, but you know, a woman though. So she might have had that type of problem growing up with Black people, to where she couldn't get along with Black people because Black people may not have liked her like that. And that's the vibe that I was getting when I listened to that live. And so now it's like a retaliation. It's like, okay, I have this secret hatred for Black people, but I'm still going to use my Black women to, you know, for compensation, because these are the people that follow me. She didn't really want a Black following base. She wanted white people to follow her, but it just didn't turn out that way. And so she had to work with what she had. That's just like even with my YouTube page. I wanted my YouTube page to be about me talking about relationship issues, me talking about, you know, toxicity, and, you know, just trying to give advice, like more of a counseling type of thing, talking about different things that happen in your personal life. But those videos never got viewed. The videos that always got viewed was me talking about something that had to do with some mess, or something that had to do with something that was controversial, or a popular opinion out there from some celebrity or a big person. So everybody would watch those videos. They wouldn't watch my other videos when I'm talking about other things. So I had to just work with what I had. So I'm like, okay, if this works for me, this is what my channel needs to be about. And a lot of people, they get led that way on their channels. But see, the Black community, we didn't get no respect from her secretly. And that's something that's a lingering thing that needed to be worked on. And so I got that notion when I heard that live. But like I said last time, the minute the lives are put up, they're taken down. They're taken down. This whole fiasco was centered around whether Mr. E said the N-word or not. Nobody was picking on her. People just wanted to hear what she had to say. People just wanted to know, okay, if you saying that the white man is so great, why did he divorce you? What happened? They're just asking questions. Nobody's picking on her, but she's taking it that way. And so it's a deflection. Now, like I said, this whole fiasco was centered around whether Mr. E said the N-word or not. The conversation she fought hard to deny happened. And so that's why people were so upset. They was like, why are you denying that he said it? It don't matter if he repeated it or not. People just wanted to know if he said it. And she lied about it. So they want to know, why are you lying for something that actually happened?
What is it?
But the Black man who y'all fighting for is still.
So
saying.
Jessica F says, I heard Mr. E actually said himself, were you in the room? Because there were like 20 people in there. Were you in the room? Is there a recording? I would love
There's no
to
recording.
hear. So I would love.
Now, Mr. E admitted he said it. He admitted he said it. I'm going to play this clip again shortly, because I don't want a second strike. I don't know the rules in the game, but I'm going to play this clip where he admitted saying it.
Just be quiet.
Hey, sorry,
okay?
what did he say?
The
So
N
listen.
word, Nick.
So I want
I
you guys
repeated
to all
it.
grasp
That's correct.
I want you guys to grasp, just to refresh the room, that a Black man called another Black woman. Can we just please? I want to
focus
believe
on
we are
that
intelligent.
abuse.
I
Let's
think
focus on the abuse.
I want us all to focus on how this started in the first place.
So I'm not denying what the man said when he called Mr. E, and I am a Black man, by the way, an N-word lover, right? That was disrespectful. But the fact that what he done was disrespectful doesn't cancel out what you done. And just now when I told you how what you said hurt me, you gave me a very, very sarcastic answer. You said, really, how did I hurt you? When someone expresses their feelings and tries to tell you how you hurt them, you don't get to combat them and give them a sarcastic answer. If you had told me, Paris, you hurt me, I would have said, how did I hurt you? Even if I disagree with it, I will want you to, even if I disagree with what I said was wrong, I will want to, hear it out and hear what you had to say. But knowing how serious the N-word is, which I'm not entirely sure you do, even though you're old enough to, you chose to just give a sarcastic answer. And I haven't even gotten to what you have said yet. You're old enough to know that there is no context in which you can use the N-word, right? Of all the words in the English dictionary that you could have used to respond to him, if you really wanted to go to the gutter, you could have called him a fucker. You could have cursed him out. You could have said plenty of words, but you chose to respond with the N-word.
Can I speak?
I'm not done yet.
After you're finished, can I speak, please?
You cut me off twice.
We all know if he didn't say it, he would have been acting like Sharon Osbourne right now up in the clubhouse if he didn't say it. You know how they get when you accuse them of something that they say they ain't do or they weren't trying to do. He would have been just like Sharon Osbourne up in the clubhouse if he really didn't say it, but he said it. So if he said he said it. This is like I said before in the last video. There are some things missing. Not only when it comes to the dealings with her and Black men, but the reactions to how the pink pill feels about the Black community as a whole. Especially when she is saying things like abort Black babies. I'm going to play that. Abort Black babies. And women are rooting for it. Women are rooting for her saying abort Black babies, but then are everywhere else on abortion and on killing innocent children and all this and that, and they're not for it. But then because the pink pill says abort Black babies, they're for it because of who she is. We don't stand for anything. All we care about is status and opinions and the person. That's all we care about is status. We don't really have a true identity when it comes to what we stand for and what we really care about. We really don't care about these things that we say we care about. We only care about who's saying it. And it's a sad world that we live in. It's sad that our Black people had to fight and come this far just to settle for anything, just to have a status. I get a lot of Black women hate Black men, and I get a lot of Black men hate Black women. That's the life we living in right now. But the word babies and murder is not something to celebrate. It ain't something to celebrate. And it really don't matter who it is. If somebody does something or says something, call them out on their stuff. That don't mean you ain't gotta like them, but that's not nothing to celebrate. Babies are innocent. They didn't have to be brought in this world. Why abort black babies? How about stop making black babies? How about stop making babies if you feel a certain type of way about them or if you don't want to take care of them? They don't deserve this. Stop making them. Use protection. Teach people about how to stop, making these quick decisions, getting pregnant and sexing each other up. Maybe if we teach more of that, we won't have these problems. We won't have these single mother problems, these non-married statuses and all these kids running around here that people can't take care of. We don't talk about that. We're just talking about abort black babies. But we're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to abort the black babies. What sense does that make? Keep in mind, I know she has a platform and people do whatever they have to do to gain the audience. But how well do we know a lot of these people, especially when it comes to their influence on you, when it comes to real life decisions and real life situations, on how you feel about individuals or your own race? I say that because a lot sticks out to me that we don't pay attention to. And like I said, it's been sticking out to me for a while, but I just didn't say nothing about it. But since everybody's already talking about it, I feel like I can talk about it now. A while back, with the debate between her and Tanya, she said something that was disturbing also. We also speak about how we as Black women want to be accepted, appreciated, respected, uplifted, but we are introducing a new world of divesting to where that will deplete Black women and only produce by a biracial culture. Listen to this clip about how she feel about Black women making Black babies, which is Black baby boys and baby girls, calling them ashy.
The things that I think people need to do now in the world, right, is to stop putting each other in these little boxes and to understand that the sort of relationship that you want to have with someone, that person you're relating to is not confined or limited by the package that they're in, right? They may not look the way you initially imagined them to look, but they can still look good. And they might have the other things that you want and need in a person so that you can have a good relationship. That's true whether we're, you're talking about romantic relationships, even when you talk about friendships and even work relationships, people need to be open to connecting with the humanity of other people in ways that can enliven them and strengthen them and help them to be better people.
So one of the arguments I hear is, if I marry a white man, I ain't gonna have Black ashy babies. I'm not gonna have them chocolate babies. I don't know. So
highly doubt. Christelyn Karazin for years has been incendiary towards the Black community. Never mind the fact that she was psychologically abused by her mother. Okay, but we'll get to that. That's a whole nother story. But for years she's talked shit about Black people. Meanwhile, she's been betrayed by white people. She's been betrayed by white men and white women. Okay, she gave a white guy thousands of dollars to create a anti-defamation league for Black women, and then the white dude took the money and disappeared.
Like, we're asking for only just divesting. Don't date the Black men. But then we saying we need to love our Black women. But how will we even produce more Black women if we're not with a Black man? We'll only be producing biracial culture. So is that self-hatred? Is that self-hatred when you don't even love yourself no more to even produce another Black woman into this world anymore? The cycle of beefs with her and other Black women is on the rise. And I even talked about that last time. I even talked about how in the last live she did, when she was saying she was quitting YouTube, she expressed feelings towards Black women. That's why you can see these videos talking about that. And one of them was about the hood rats and mammies in reference to her breakdown of what she was speaking about. And speaking of the breakdown, this is her once again in the audio. Shout out to, I'm gonna put the link in the description. Let me see what this name is. On this clip right here, she's talking about ending it all because of us. Ending it all. You ain't even worried about your personal life and things that are important, like your children. You're talking about ending it all because of what we did and what we said.
And black people did this to me.
Who?
I have worked my ass off for 12 years. And in one day, it just all unraveled. You guys have no idea how much what I do. I have been so abused by this community. I was so distraught. I went into my car and started the engine with all the doors closed. Oh, honey. I wrote my kids a goodbye letter. This is too much. That I wanted to die. And Mr. E had to come here and take me out of the garage. You guys are so evil.
I'm married to a white man. I'm happy. I'm married to a white guy. I'm happy that I can live where I want to live. But what I'm saying is,
on this clip right here, she's talking about ending it all because of us. Ending it all. You ain't even worried about your personal life and things that are important, like your children. You're talking about ending it all because of what we did and what we said, and because of your YouTube career, which is really was never in shambles. There's you just making things worse for yourself and not even realizing, and still blaming it on the Black race. Truth be told, when people heard the conversation in Clubhouse, it was going to be discussed. There was no way around that. The only thing we was concerned about is what the reaction from Christelyn would be, because for a long while, her discussions on divesting was basically her saying that Black is whack and white is right. Right here, it says 6 reasons why white men and Black women marriages last. I'm going to repeat that. 6 reasons why white men and Black women marriages last. I'm not going to be so confident to put stuff down there that I don't even know what would even happen with me and a white man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be so confident to put that out there like I just know for sure that white is right. Like they're not going to make no mistakes, because I know once the mistake is made, then people going to be coming at me like, hey, what happened? You told me this. And that's all people are doing. But people see that she had gotten divorced from her white king. So people will be curious because she's a big influencer. That's not picking on her. That's following up with the statistics that she put out when they started to become faulty. When those statistics starts to become faulty, people are going to question it. Now we have Mr. E who used the N-word. And I get it. Many say that, oh, it's okay because others use it too. And he just repeated what somebody else said.
play devil's advocate here. Okay.
Wait,
No.
What
Hush,
devil could have an
babe.
advocate against
Okay.
not calling women the N-word? Seriously.
Babe.
All right.
Put yourself on mute, please.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here's the context of the situation. Okay. So you met that man in the gutter. So another Black man called a Black woman. I want everybody to be clear on this, that a Black man called another Black woman an N-word. And my man met him where he was in that space.
And I'll do that every time. I'm sorry.
Okay, if you do that every time, it's gonna be over, because you can't do that every time.
Okay,
because you don't
baby.
understand. Because you
As
can't do
as
that.
you say, I'll shut up.
Shut up, because there is nothing that you can ever come back from when you go there with that word.
But the difference is we don't allow our Black men to disrespect us either. The word is offensive. For example, if you're in public and another man say, "Is that your B?" I wouldn't expect for the person I'm with to say, "Yes, that's my B." Just repeat what you say. I would want them to respond with, "Yes, that's my woman. She's not a B." You see what I'm saying? So just because somebody else says something, that doesn't mean that the person you're with should be held to that same standard. There should be held to a higher standard, because that's the one you chose. That's the type of respect that you want in your relationship. Bump what everybody else saying and doing. They're gonna do it. They're gonna probably do it to the day we die, and the time after that. But the fact is, we are teaching these people that we need to be with men that's more respectful and think of us in the same way. So people are keep saying, "Well, the Black man says it all the time." She's not with the Black man. It doesn't matter what other people on the outside do. She's with the man that she's with. All she needs to do is see how he's going to treat her, how he's going to respect her. If I don't want nobody to call me a nigga, whether they Black or white, guess what? If you with me and you talking this way, it's going to be a problem. It don't matter who else saying it. I'm not finna say, "Oh, because such and such beat such and such, then okay, it's okay. You can go ahead and beat me because other men doing it. So what's the problem?" How dumb do we sound as Black people now? This is the world we living in. So repeating what the other person said is not acceptable when you're supposed to be held to a standard of being with that woman. That man's not with her. He can do what he want to do. Ain't nobody holding him accountable. He should be accountable, but we can't make him be accountable. The one you chose is supposed to be accountable, and it's supposed to be better than that. The fact is, we know people say it. We know people say it. And that's why we have platforms to call these things out, to call these bad behaviors out, and to find solutions to issues we have within the community. The same things that we complain about from the get-go, the toxicity, the red flags. That's a red flag, but it's being ignored. And the same thing that us Black women do all the time is ignore the red flags that was already there, because we see what we see and we want what we want. "Oh, this is a white man. I want to divest. He's better. I'm just going to let this slide. He didn't know any better." Those are the same words we use with everybody else that we've been with, and it didn't work out, that were red flags, and we let it slide. How are we so openly willing to give the white man a chance or a white woman a chance, but not our own people a chance? We're willing to coach them and teach them and, excuse their wrongdoings. Oh, they didn't know any better, and build them up and put them together. But then when it comes to our own Black people, we don't even give them that chance. We just say they should know, or we call them all type of names and say they can't even get it right. And we're not going to even be willing to train or teach them or get them to where we want them to be, because they don't deserve that from us. But when it's another white person, they didn't know any better. We have to educate them. We have to teach them. We are willing to put in the work for them. Listen to this clip. Listen to this clip on how she says she has to do these things in her interracial relationships. So that shows me that work has to be put in with any relationship. It don't matter what race it is, but it's just different scenarios.
You're in interracial relationships, you're gonna have to explain this stuff sometimes. It's frustrating. It is. And let me tell you something. I'm pissed at him right now. I just want you guys to know that I am, and he knows I am.
I think
too.
everybody knows that.
And because the thing is, you created, while you were trying to protect me, you created a problem for me. And you're supposed to protect me, and protecting me is not creating more problems for me, Mr. E. And that's what you did.
I'm sorry.
And so when you double down on, well, I would do it again, then you don't really understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to go on mute, and I want.
He should have said, I wouldn't call her that. Or could have said, yes, I like Black women. Simple. But us Black men and women hate each other so much that we live in a world today to where we let stuff slide that we once thought was an issue just to prove a point. We once thought all of this stuff was an issue. We put all of our energy into it. We fought against it. And now we're just letting it slide just to prove a point because we hate each other so much. We just want to prove a point that we ain't no good. So we just gonna let everybody else do what they want to do. And you notice right here, every time, I'm gonna play this little clip, every time the subject was about what he did, she switched it over to what the Black man did. Every time somebody asked about what he did, she switched it over to, but the Black man this, but the Black man that, and kept bringing up subjects that had nothing to do with the subject. So, okay, that's fine. I get it. Say you want to save your brand. You want to save your brand. This is something that you've been teaching. The courses were about this. So I get it. You want to make your coins and keep your coins. I respect that. Where the mistake come in is when you lie and say it never happened when it did happen. So that twists the credibility. So now people are looking at you sideways. Listen to the clip where she said it never happened. Links are in the description. So the thing is, if it happened, it happened. Just own it. The problem is when something goes down, it usually is everyone else's fault. And she doesn't realize she is her own problem. Just like the situation she created with Cynthia G, Tanya TKO, Nyla, Chrissy, all of these other ladies have families as well. You didn't care if they looked bad while everybody else was talking about them and uplifting you at the times that you had these debates with other Black women. You let them get talked about. You didn't say, don't talk about my friends. It was just a misunderstanding. You stayed quiet and kept doing your thing while they got attacked. But now you're looking for other people to defend you and you're blaming it on us. I find it interesting how the common denominator is one person. I find that interesting. All of these ladies have a similar take on discussions on whether the Black community, Black men, and relational issues, cultural issues, and some of these discussions can get real grimy, but they all have similar things in common when it comes to these discussions. With Christelyn talking about Cynthia, loose lips sink ships and stuff gets out. So if you are on there talking about another person on a platform and somebody hears it, it's going to get leaked. So you just got to be careful with how you move. But she's not willing to own that. That's why you will start to see channels getting taken down, channels getting striked, meltdowns because of what people do to take attention away from the issue. And I know a lot of people's not going to like this video. I know a lot of people going to probably be like, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you saying this? I'm just talking about it, but it is what it is. Like at this point in my life, I don't even care what people are saying because people are going to say what they're going to say. And that's just life. We can't stop everybody and we can't make everybody agree with us. And see, that's a problem that we have, us cancers have. All of these people got something in common. Christelyn, what's his name? Derek Jackson, Kevin Hart, what's her name? Michaela Pink. All of them was cancers. All of them was cancers. They can't handle this stuff. When you listen to the zodiac sign of a Cancer, we are very sensitive people. We some hardworking people. We some nurturing people. We some caring people. But we can't take criticism. And see, I'm learning in my life to not care about things like that. And see, a lot of these people, when they get on their high horse and everything's going good for them, is good. And that's why you see her taking her channel down a lot, because we got to retreat. We got to retreat back in our shell when things become too much for us. We start things, but we can't handle a lot of stuff. But we are strong people. Don't get me wrong. We are strong people, but we can't handle a lot of things. And sometimes when we can't handle a lot of things, we make a lot of things worse for ourselves, but we're not willing to own up to a lot of stuff either. That's why you don't see a lot of them apologize about nothing. They think that what they do is justified until it happens to them. We're able to feel your emotions. We're able to see things. We're able to understand things. But when it comes to us, sometimes it's a little bit harder to understand, because our intentions is not to hurt people. Our intentions are not like that, but it can come off like that to other people to make other people feel a certain type of way. But we know that's not the reason why, but we're not willing to apologize because we feel offended. And we take it as criticism. And that's why you see this meltdown right here. Worshiping people for the wrong reasons based on the color of their skin will not get any respect from a person. If you're going to interracially date, do it for love, do it for the right reasons, not to prove a point to that black men are no good, not to prove a point that your lifestyle is going to be better because you're with a white man. I'm gonna play this clip again to where she said this. You're dating a white man just to prove to the black community that now I can have a better life. You're responsible for your life. Nobody else is responsible for your life. In my experience of being around a multitude of races, all of them have good and bad qualities. But see, us black people haven't been around enough people in our lives and been in many multiracial communities to know this stuff. We just assume that, oh, it's better on the outside. That's why we start moving to white communities and start taking our kids to white schools and private schools, and then make videos afterwards complaining that, oh, they made fun of my kids. They were racist. They made racist remarks, and they didn't want my child to wear her hair a certain type of way, and they joked on the texture of it. You see people make those videos, but then they claim that being around the white community was so much better. It was so much better. I just need to get away from our black people. We're just so dumb and ignorant, and we just can't get along, and we just do all this stuff to each other. But then we get with the white community and complain about that. But we had it all figured out from the beginning when we didn't even know about it. And couldn't nobody tell us about it. But then at the same time, we don't even change nothing about ourselves, because we move to these white communities and tear it all up, have parties on block parties and do the same stuff that we did in our own neighborhood, not realizing that the reason why our neighborhoods are messed up is because of us. And we just think the white people are going to save us, but the only thing they're going to do is move out the community and go somewhere else. And we just took over again. I stay down south. People doing this all the time. They doing it as we speak. We need to stop caring about status and do some real work in order to see some changes. But the one thing we as black people fail to do is work on ourselves. We are very selfish, unaware people. Sleep people, not woke, sleep. There is plenty of opportunity, and we fail to share the bag. and not even realizing that we are still separating each other and making money off teaching toxic stuff. Toxic-ish. We making money off of teaching toxic stuff, and it comes back to bite us. And that's men and women. Just want to point that out because I don't want nobody to think I'm just talking about one specific gender, men and women. We done stooped to a whole new low when it came to this situation. Just for the white man to save us. That we are giving him permission to call us a nigger. When we know that it's a racial slur and that it was used by slave owners to insult us. Back in the days in the old dictionary, and I have to find my old dictionary. I have to find my old dictionary. Back in the day in the old dictionary, the term of nigger was ignorance. An ignorant person that couldn't read, all of that stuff. I was even taught this and I read this, but they revised the dictionary to change it up because they said that the definition was offensive to Black people. So now the definition is different. It just describes a Black person. And I'm going to read this post right here that Ja Rule said, but Ja Rule was correct when he said what he said, because that is what the definition was back in the day, in the 90s. And I'm telling you, I have to find the old dictionary so I can show this. But right here it says, Ja Rule's post. Wow, I learned something today. Blew my mind. My whole life, I was taught the word nigger didn't mean Black. It meant ignorance. But I just looked it up and it's always meant Black. No, it hasn't always meant Black. They revised it. If you look right here, it says definition. It says dictionary will revise definition of 200 slurs. Then right here it says, a leading American dictionary publisher has said it will revise entries for more than 200 offensive words after receiving complaints that some definitions, specifically the word nigger, was racist. So they revised it and changed it to something else. People are able to go in and revise these things all the time. It's certain things I've seen in the Bible back in the day that has been revised and it's not said the same way anymore. And so that's how they manipulate our mind to think something is true and something is real, because they revise it and we think that it's that way all the time and they trick us. But that's what they was calling us back in the day, nigga, as a reference to being ignorant, because we couldn't read and we couldn't learn things, and they knew more than us and they had more access to us. So they was calling us that as an insult of being stupid. Now, the word negro in Spanish is Black, the color Black. And so over there in those countries, you know, people would use negro as being Black, of the color of Black. But nigger, as in the slave term usage, was to say that we are stupid, not to call us Black, because at that time, slave owners did not have any respect for us. To being the help that cleans and feeds for the white family for a validation of being accepted. It's the same thing. This is why instead of calling out the BS, she makes excuses for it and ignores it. That's not anything to take pride in. And I don't see how anybody can't see that. Your purpose for divesting is for the reason of status. So the question is, how do you view yourself without a white man? How do you view yourself? If this is your status and this is how you make your moves in life, and this is what validates you, when you're not with one, what validates you? That's the question. And it's a laughable debate. It's a laughable debate. And even this, even the dispute, even the debate with her and Tanya TKO is a laughable debate, because we are taking personal decision making on how we choose our relationships, how we choose the people that we're with, how we're choosing to be rappers, choosing to be strippers, choosing to be in situations that can cause us harm, or situations that are disrespectful to our own safety, is harmful to our own safety, and we're using that as a synopsis, or we're using that as reference to police brutality, murders, kidnaps, and situations that we can't help, situations that we don't bring upon ourselves, that we don't conflict upon ourselves, that we don't inflict upon ourselves. We're using that as an example, and it's laughable to me. And I didn't understand how people didn't see how that was a straw man argument. Listen to this. Now, after listening to that, just go to this channel, Women's Fear, where it says Tanya responded exactly how she should have. Go to the Women's Fear, like the channel, comment, subscribe. All links are in the description. All right, y'all. Tell me what y'all think about that. You know, how do you feel about that? I might have left some stuff out, but y'all like, comment, subscribe to the video. Till the next video, I'm out. Y'all stay blessed.